In the fall of 2003, Hasbro announced that for the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace in 2024, they would be releasing several Phantom Menace figures. Child Anakin Skywalker and Padmé Amidala in her battle handmaiden garb. Now, this was very exciting news to a lot of people, but especially to me, who has a lot of nostalgia around the release of The Phantom Menace. When Episode 1 came out in 1999, there was a lot of merch. And I mean a lot. I'm not just talking about that cursed Jar Jar lollipop, but there were inflatable chairs. There were dolls. Oh my gosh, were there dolls? Those were my holy grail. There were cups. There were Pepsi cans. There were all sorts of things, some of which I still have to this day. And there were action figures. I remember that each figure came with a Comtech chip, which if you bought the Comtech, which looked just like Qui-Gon Jinn's comlink from the film, and put the chip on it, you would hear lines from the film, and the chips also made handy little stands for the action figures. I had a number of these because, well, they were cheaper than the dolls that I so coveted. I know that I had Queen Amidala in her battle handmaiden garb. I had Anakin in his Tatooine outfit and Anakin in his little Jedi Padawan outfit. I had multiple Qui-Gons and Obi-Wans. I had Darth Maul. There were a lot of these, which unfortunately did not survive my mother's purge years down the line. So, as I did with my Mara figure, let's do an unboxing of the two. Right off the bat, I like that we have especially themed Phantom Menace boxes for these. We've got a drawing of the characters on the side. We've got a little description of them. And specifically, it says that Anakin is number 2 in this series and Padmé is number 3. I believe that Jar Jar counts as number 1, and I do think that there have been other Phantom Menace figures released, but they were more like retailer exclusives. And to be honest, I don't care about Jar Jar, so I'm just excited to get these guys. So let's start with little Anakin first. I do find it interesting that after Mara was in the plastic-free packaging, these two figures are in the traditional ones with like the little plastic window in the front. I don't think that these are sold in stores because when they were announced, they were just like fandom sites, and I bought mine from Big Bad Toy Store. But if they are sold in the store, I guess it makes sense why they would keep the plastic window for these. So Anakin's is pretty simple. We just get the little guy himself and his backpack when he leaves home. And now that he's released, I'm going to yeet this. So I think Hasbro did a good job making a figure. He looks like Jake Lloyd. His hair is maybe a little too dark because I remember Anakin's hair in The Phantom Menace being a lot more sun bleached, but he even has little freckles. You can see his undershirt, his little wraps, pouches on his belt, and let's try to put his backpack on. Boop, come on, buddy. I wish he came with something else, just something besides the backpack, something to hold in his hands. I don't know, like a little something from Watto's shop maybe, a readout or something, but he looks pretty cute. I like his backpack. It obviously does not open. I don't know why I expected it to. And let me get him standing. For the Black Series figures, I really like these 3D printed little stands from My Toy Case on Etsy. This is the second bag I've bought of them, but I just like how they've got pegs that go in their heels, and once they have these on, they stand pretty well. Oh, it's interesting. His holes Unlike most of them, which are at their heels, his are at the toes. I'm gonna move that for safety. And you know what? I think he's pretty cute. And does he stand? He looks a little top heavy with his backpack, but maybe if I adjust his stance, oh, he does not want to stand good. All right, I got him. Got him, and he looks pretty good. So for size comparisons, I have the Geonosis Battle Padmé that came out in 2019. The only other Padmé we've had thus far. So yep, she's definitely bigger than him. And then I don't have any of the other prequels figures, but I figured that probably Han would be close in size to Qui-Gon Jinn, so let's try him out. Yeah, he definitely towers over this little guy. Oh, Padmé. All right. I think Anakin is cute. I do think that his backpack makes him top heavy, and I do wish that he came with another little accessory, but nice. Let's move on to the Queen herself. All right, so as I wish it happened with Anakin, Padmé definitely has more stuff. She has her little blaster. She's got, I don't know, the one they use to rappel up, and then a hand to grip it better, possibly. So let's get her out. And yeet! So right off the bat, she does not have a holster, anything for her little gun, and I just don't think I'm gonna put this in her hand because that's what I have Geonosis Padmé already holding, so I'm gonna put that to the side and put it in my baggie of unused figure accessories. I do like the repelling one though, but I do think to use it. No, actually, I believe this little hand is for the little tiny blaster, so that's good. Okay, I like her outfit. I like the gold ribbon along the side. I will say that the outfit in the film is velvet, and I just don't think velvet translates well to plastic, so I know that's what it is, but I don't get the same feeling from looking at her. And also from recently rewatching the film, there is like a gold ribbon along the inside of the skirt of her coat, but again, I wouldn't really expect it to be there. I think the face is good. Her eyebrows are a little intense, and I think like the illustration of the face is a lot sweeter than the face of the figure. She just looks very intense. But this is Battle Padmé, so maybe I should have expected it. I like her hair. Yeah, I like her a lot. Maybe I'm biased though because this is one of Padmé's favorite outfits for me, and one of the few outfits where we see her as the queen, but she's not wearing the white face makeup, so I think it's a good choice. So let's put the little stands in her feet as well, and then we can compare her to the others. Oh, same thing. Interesting. She does not have the holes in her heels. It's in her toes. Another interesting detail that I noticed while putting the things in is that, I don't know if you can see, but her boots are almost like muddy in the front, which I think makes sense because when they land on Naboo in the film, they're looking for the Gungans. They go into the swamp, but that's just like a cool detail. So, does she stand? she stands. She stands much better than Anakin. So I really want to compare her height-wise to the little guy. And yeah, she's basically a head taller than him, which seems accurate. And then if I add her 10 years older self, I think the faces are similar, but this one is definitely older. And also, this one, I don't know, does have crazy eyebrows though. But they are pretty much the same height, which I am not sure if Natalie Portman got taller from one movie to another, but the figures are about the same. And then if we wanted to throw a Qui-Gon in there using my Han as a stand-in, yep, he's gonna be like a head taller as well. So I'm excited to have these guys, to add them to my collection. Again, I have a lot of feelings about the Phantom Menace, good and bad. And I'm just excited that we got another Padmé figure. Like, I don't understand why it's taken 5 years to make one when how many different Lukes have we gotten and how many different costume changes does Padmé have? I'm also excited for some more of the Phantom Menace releases to come. For instance, they announced just days ago that in the fall they are coming out with a 3-pack of The Duel on Naboo, and it's going to be Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Darth Maul. They are expensive because it's a 3-pack. I believe the pre-order, which is only on GameStop, is around $70, but definitely some cool figures to have, and I'm excited to add these guys. So yeah, let's cut to my little tiny cabinet for the reveal.